Didn't see you there.
So when our group first went to the Clarice for our first round of interviews, we went as pairs, and most of us as a whole found it to be very confusing. And we decided that because since most of us had had trouble being lost, we thought this might be a problem that most people would have. So we decided that for our customer segment, we were going to target people who were on their first time entering the Clarice, because after our first time we were able to get the layout down. And then our value proposition was that we were going to be able to provide people with knowledge of how to navigate around the Clarice and to make them feel a lot more comfortable being there, because nobody likes to feel lost, and it's a very unsettling feeling, and if you feel lost in a building, you're not going to want to come back. So if we can make people feel a lot more welcomed, a lot more comfortable, and give them a much better understanding of this building, we feel they'll be less intimidated about it and be more likely to come back and provide revenue for the Clarice in the future. So our original concept was to design an information kiosk that would be in the main lobby. This kiosk would be manned and would have a map next to it, as long as an information segment that would provide information about the future showings. This kiosk in the lobby would allow people to have a very human interaction when they were to come to Clarice. It would allow them to be able to explain the people the layout, help them find their seats easier, so hence eliminating the problem of people feeling lost and intimidated by the Clarice. It would also provide information through both human and the kiosk itself for future shows, other shows occurring at the same time, to help draw people back into the Clarice, show them, hey, you are interested in this show tonight, you may be interested in this show later on. So our idea of creating a kiosk, we thought that it would be very helpful for everybody, and it would be able to appeal to multiple people with multiple preferences. So we took that idea to people and interviewed them to see how they would feel about this.
So we did 2 rounds of lobby interviews before we pivoted our idea. Our first round, we talked to students, and we found that upon entering the Clarice for the first time, it was a bit confusing, and people weren't exactly sure about where to go, which helped support our value proposition. We wanted to push our idea in that direction. However, upon more interviewing and questioning, we learned that it really wasn't that difficult for people to figure out where to go after being there once. And so we did a second round of interviews, trying to diversify our customer segment beyond just students who had been there a few times. And for example, I interviewed one father, his name was Philippe, and he was talking about the parking, which isn't an issue for students, but it started getting us thinking about issues for a different customer segment. And the parking in Clarice is very simple. It's far away, either in lot 1 or in the parking lot adjacent to Bird Stadium. And so we started thinking about ways to make that easier for that customer segment, and ways we could maybe combine an idea of valet parking or parking service with our information kiosk. So after the second round of lobby interviews, we pivoted our idea to have an outdoor kiosk that did supply the information, everything that we had said, but it would catch people before they actually entered the building, so they would know before they entered the building where they were going. And it would combine with a valet service, so that people could, if they wanted to, have their cars parked for them and consequently retrieved after the shows. And that way we could hopefully be enticing people to come back and experience more shows.
So after our test video of the valet service, we realized that there were still some steps we needed to take. We realized that we had to discuss with DOTS a feasible parking situation, but we do believe that we have achieved a product market fit, and our goal is to help people save time, so that's really our value proposition. Most people are really busy and they don't have a lot of extra time once they get to UMD for a show. So by helping them and reaching out to them in these ways, we believe that we'll be solving a major problem and encouraging people to return to the shows. The maps and guides would ensure that the visitors would no longer get lost or be intimidated by the Clarice. And the valet service would allow more people to enjoy the Clarice and buy food at the shop. This could very much help to increase the number of customers that the Clarice has. and then would in time pay for itself. So the customer segment that we're pursuing is first-time theater goers or people who are visiting the Clarice and could benefit from these services.